Shit.
So you guys want a beer?
Shoot, look at me. She just bought me one for putting the headlight in. Look at a bucket. You want one?
Okay. I come from a simple world. You just ask a question.
Don't complicate my life.
You just ask a question, and you get an answer. Now, if you ask a question and you get a question, then you're talking with a bunch of fucking lawyers, and then you put your money in your shoe, and then you just go on with it.
I'll go for a Jägermeister.
Ah, the answer to my question. Now, how about everybody else?
Oh, Bud Light.
Bud Light, Jägermeister, Jack? Well, I only get to buy 2. I'll be...
Cool.
Oh, didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh.
In your Einstein moment. No.
Thank you.
I am not diminishing.
Where's yours?
Oh, mine's on the bar.
Okay. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, wait. Want me to have a shot with you?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Ride on the tires and stuff. You don't want to go crazy on that stuff. But I do want to do something different on the 16-inch front wheel. See? Did you see the fender we got for it? Which looks like it fits the program, Nice, simple,
Right.
I mean,
It looks good on there, too.
I think it's perfect.
Wow, I mean, the whole look of the bike is both massive and sleek.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a clean look.
And it's different with the smaller front wheel on it, but this is it's a 300 rim on it. It's a 16-inch 300 with a 120 tire. That's the trick. So it's not so heavy feeling.
Go beyond trick and tell me the effectiveness of it, the performance of it, the give of it.
It's wheel, and it's just it just gives the bike a different feel. Yet it's not going to feel like a wheelbarrow full of mercury when you got it's hard to steer. Some of these guys put these 16s on at the 130 tire on and stuff like this. You got this extended front end. This is something a little different, and we're trying to lighten the tire a little bit, not be a big heavy tire.
Lighten the feel of the steer.
Yeah, and it makes it steer quicker instead of slower, which is what it does.
With an extended front.
And then the rear is, just plenty big enough. It's typically you put a 180 tire on there. We put a 170 on there, so it sits flatter. It's got a better, stick, so the tire won't break loose as easy. It's got a better pattern on the asphalt. And I told you before, the craft tech, frame, got good welds on it and stuff. We're pretty happy. I mean, they're a heavy frame, a heavy Harley frame, but it's a stiff, it's a rigid frame.
It's a good base. It's a frame.
Yeah, well, you got to have
a big motor into.
And then he's got the Jim 6B that he had sitting around. We're doing a hydraulic foot clutch on it because he's a suicide shift man. He wants a suicide shift on it. And we haven't done any. He wants, he wants the good headlights on here. So I'm going to put some square, halogen bulb headlights on here. I think a single square would look better.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, he wants.
So I'll have to try.
We haven't got that.
Did you get the bracket?
He wants the.
Did you get the bracket yet?
Yeah. But the way he did the other bracket, I don't think he's going to press on
one
it.
low down here, low, so you don't see it.
So this has been a multiple input project.
Absolutely.
Different guys' ideas.
More or less.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
we bounce everything off each other.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just an outsider. So what it occurs to me is a bunch of guys trying to get together to build this great bike, and y'all got bikes, and y'all been on bikes, and it ain't just my bike. It's like the next bike.
Yeah.
And then once we build this bike, I'll steal from that, and I'll go, I'll get my next bike. You right? Am I right?
It's funny when it first started, because he had his idea for what he wanted to do. Jack had his idea for what he wanted to do, and I had an idea.
Yeah, that's true.
Now
Yeah. So we'll all get together.
Yeah.
And I'll do something and they'll go, oh, no.
Well,
And then I'll do something and they'll say, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, like the Jack wanted to do flat black, you know. And I wanted.
I remember that. That was before the Mexico trip. I remember that.
Always a flat black guy. You know, he doesn't want to worry about the paint.
Stealthy.
Stealthy, yeah.
Non-stealable.
There you go. Nobody's still a flat black, but.
Jack wanted to buy so ugly to make babies cry.
And yet, you stumble out of the bar and get on and go.
Yeah. But he wanted some super bike with a blower and everything hanging out of it.
Well,
Jack wanted the bike that he already had, and I wanted to do something just simple like what mine is, the rigid frame.
Jim wants a bike that he can still ride in a drag race, and he's gained too much weight for that, and I've received too many of his tires from UPS for that.
Well, Jack was funny.
I'm his neighbor.
Jack was funny. I said, Jack, you've already got this bike, you know? He said, well, you know, this, that, the other thing. And I said, well, I guess we could do the Shady Jack signature chopper. And he goes, yeah.
I couldn't talk him into doing a supercharger.
Oh, no, really?
It kind of, when we did this, the reason why we did this,
I
we wanted to show guys.
All right, I'm going to lose my focus on my balance of my camera, but if you guys do not pay attention to his supercharger idea, you're fucked.
Oh, it's not.
You are
and
fucked.
believe me, it's not we're just spelling it, but what we're getting at is we're trying to show
He'll
guys,
show you.
We're trying to show guys that you can build a simple, cool bike.
You know, and not do it
in
Orange
your
County
garage
insanity
without
thing.
just getting all overblown and fabricating.
Then what if it costs you 15 cents a day to run? I'm sorry, do you hear me? 15 cents a day. I'm talking about his idea about carburation. It's all about the hot, sleek, chrome, slant. But what if you can't afford it?
Yeah.
Now you're going to hear him?
Yeah.
Well, you see that front end. It's a very inexpensive, good, solid front end, but you know, Jack was getting into that Springer thing. You know, he wanted this Springer thing. And
We talked about
and
that
I
for a
kept
while.
telling him about this front end.
We talked about that.
And I said, okay. And then all of a sudden, one day, I don't know what you guys talked about, but he goes, I do want this front end. And now he's seen it. He's just totally sold on it. I love that front end. I'll bet you want to put one of those on his bike eventually. You know what I mean?
So whose bike is this?
Well, God, because we were looking at the pocket front
People
end.
talking about it. 3 different guys talking about mine.
The pocket front end.
So this is-
That's what.
Oh, yeah.
That was over 2,000. Yeah, that was over $2,000 for a pocket front end.
2,500, I guess, retail.
But I mean, there's
$2,000
you know,
wholesale.
there's some of the best
2,500
out
is
there.
cheap.
I mean, they're good front ends. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
no.
But, like everything in life, there's a price. Now, I hope you took that camera over there and got Monica.
No.
No. Hey, Monica. Monica. Come here. Better put that camera over this way. Oh.
Dad.
I just wanted to talk you into taking these.
He asked me if I filmed you, and I said no.
I do. We were deciding we were going to do it for one time.
And I wouldn't. I don't. But I did go out of my way to tell her how dynamite she looks today. And ask about her personal life, because I'm actually... No, I actually know about her personal life. And I'm happy about it. I'm happy that she is happy.
That was on Monday, so.
She's probably one of the happiest people you'll meet in this bar. And I will not film... I don't film... I thought you guys... When you guys asked me to film sex, I thought you meant this bike. When you guys asked me to film sex, I thought you meant this bike. I'm here filming this bike.
No sax. You gotta go saxophone.
And the bike is absolutely sexy. It fulfills a lot of obligations.
Anytime.
I will film you if you want me to, and I don't if you don't.
If you do it, don't tell me.
Deal.
I'd rather not know about it, because then I'm... I do.
No, ride a cowgirl. There's actually no foot bag. Just stipulate.
It's an unfinished bike,
Go ahead,
Put your hands on the handlebars, like you've ridden a bike before.
but it's an unfinished bike. So
I'll
it
back out a
takes.
shot.
You need to get on.
Just her.
You need to get this.
Well, I actually like the fact that all you guys are trying to.
Baby face.
You look great.
You're good.
She's only insecure because it's an unfinished bike.
Notice the fur boots are so cool.
I'm
in the way. Get over here.
She's got her little fuzzies on. Cheesecake.
It would be so much.
She looks like $1 million on there.
She does, man.
Here.
She looked like $1.2 million.
Let's give her a fender.
Oh, there you go. It's a
Before.
good fender. No spray in the face for you. We got a fender out.
Okay, okay, there you go.
That's it. Posture.
Hold up the folder, hold up the folder.
I would never be able to ride this bike.
Because it's an unfinished bike. It's unfinished.
Farther than what they would be. You can ride this bike. No,
that fender's gonna fall.
The controls ain't gonna be as far as you stretch your legs. You can ride that bike.
It's all,
That bike is made for
it's Disneyland. It's Disneyland. Bring it to me when it's done.
I'm gonna stop.
Make the sound. Make the
I
sound.
can't believe how she
Make the sound.
with this black outfit.
You gotta make the sound, man. That's great. You're our first pinup girl on the bike.
Now she doesn't want to leave.
You won.
She's thinking.
Big
She's
time.
thinking finish it.
No. I mean, you've got a bike that you like.
Yeah, if I build it the way I like it, so if I keep it,
You got no loss. So, I know Jim only did little touch-ups to your bike before you went to Mexico on that ride. How'd that fare?
I had no trouble. My kickstand had to be welded, and I busted a bracket. Other than that, that thing went 6,000 miles from me.
Right.
Incredible. Even the other guys there were like, what the hell are you going to ride that bike? I got there, got back. 5 guys went down on that bike. 5 guys had wrecks.
I'm an innocent. What I know is that you run with a bunch of Mexicans when you went down, wasn't a bunch of Anglos. The guys that you chose to ride with were more Mexican than American.
Yeah. Well, there was Mexican Americans that I went down with, but then when we got to the border, we got Mexicans. Which is cool.
Well,
They escorted us into San Fernando, took us into the town, they had a big party for us in the square. The mayor came out and talked to everybody, we rode around the town.
so many people in the group, your group.
About, when we got across the border, when we got to the border, there was about 40 of us.
I seen the sign. I kept saying, yeah,
When we got across the border,
And then
we ended up picking up about 20 more, 60, 70.
I thought it was that red.
Still, that's a relatively modest number of people for a mayor.
Well, that's the bikers. When we got to
Well, I agree.
Plaza, there was hundreds of people. You know,
I just am warmed by the feeling that if 100 or 200 people show up outside of a public building, that an elected official would come out and say, "I'm glad you came."
yeah, he did. He came out and spoke.
It shouldn't have to take 1 million people.
Well, there's hundreds of people in the square. Every any sizable city has a square, and the church is always in the square.
Oh, you're on this
All
side
the
here.
stores, attendants, and all the.
This is a question that comes too much from maybe my own point of view, and I haven't explained yet, but would you find that to be a very more personal interpretation of politics in the areas that you experience than here? More local?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
They're going down in the streets.
Yeah. So their local representatives are their own neighbors.
Living with
He coaches all the
Yeah.
kids.